Hey folks, all right, we're in for a little chit chat here. I don't know, I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder how many people out there, like say you've done something half your life, so even if you're 25 or 30, maybe you got 10 years of doing something and you get pretty good at it, and you enjoy doing what you're doing, whether it was art or music or even your job, maybe. And maybe you either have to move on to a different city, a different job, anything. So what happens when you take time off from something you really love and then you decide you want to go back to it? Now, I don't know with painting. I do painting, and I do it with like, what would you say? Mainly acrylic. Rarely I do oil. But I don't know if I took 5 years off, 6 years off, would I like freak out and not be able to do painting? Heck, I had probably 6 years that I didn't ride a bike at one time, and it was a little nerve-wracking to get back on, but I kind of picked that up. So anyway, like, does anybody out there have something that like you did for so long and then you get like anxiety about jumping back into it? And for me, it's music. So, you know, I started out playing trumpet, and I was recruited by my teacher to come in and play, and I tested out for trumpet and he liked it, and boom, for 7 years I played trumpet all the way through high school. Probably could have went to college for playing trumpet, but I didn't, because I found rock and roll. Bzz. That stinks. But also liked keyboards and piano, so I found my way into playing some piano, and my mother tried to teach me that, and I had, I guess, a better ear. I think it was when Rocky came out. Dun, 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 that little horn thing. I sat down on the piano and just pulled out the little triad, figured it out, and then all of a sudden I'm sounding out the whole Gonna Fly Now. So that kind of came naturally, because I already learned how to read sheet music through trumpet, but my ear let me put chords together. And with trumpet, usually if you play in a band in high school or even middle school, you learn that you're one part of the chord. So you do learn chords. If you play first, second, or third trumpet, you wind up actually learning music theory and playing a chord with 3 to 6 people. So by the time, I guess, Jump came out from Van Halen, I had already had like a decent keyboard, enough to start mimicking sounds, and I wound up doing good with that. I think I was still in high school when a friend of mine, Bob Maschio, asked me to be in a band, and I think I bought a Casio keyboard. He had a Village Video Music. I'll never forget it. And he could order music. Wow. Music instruments, let alone music. So it was a real cool store, and we could rehearse there. So that made it so easy. All of a sudden, I got a keyboard, and I'm in a band. And this wasn't like trumpet and, you know, saxophones and flutes and clarinets. We were playing like, you know, cool stuff like Wang Chung, you know. It was really cool. And that was it. I was hooked. Needless to say, I became singer too. And I think it was seeing Van Halen, David Lee Roth too. I saw what he was doing, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I think I need to like try to grow my hair out and sing. And through that, after learning how to play music and learn tunes and being in a band, I became a lead singer. And it was really cool to do that. Then I found out if you're a lead singer and you got to talk to a guitar player to discuss a change in a song or a chord or this, that, and the other thing, it's much easier to talk to a guitar player if you know how to play guitar. So I happened to have, like, somehow I had a guitar. I think I even had a bass, a Beatle bass. Mike Snow I somehow got his Beatle bass, and I did kind of play that a little bit. I think Stan Tabor might have left one of his guitars over, and I sort of strummed it a little bit. It was an old electric, but I think it was like a James Way or a Kmart or Sears electric. But yeah, I figured, well, if I'm going to sing and I'm going to be in a band, I might have to learn how to play guitar. And by that time, I was already tracking original music with keyboards. So I figured if I write originals, I can play guitar on them, play keys and add different stuff. Even on keyboard, you can add a bass. I was like, wow, all right. So now I got to learn guitar. And I did. I was never amazing at it or anything, but I could sing and play rhythm, no problem. And that gave me a real boost, because now, if we had a lead guitar player, I could still front the band. I could still play rhythm. And my favorite thing about being in a band is the rhythm, is the drums, the bass, and the rhythm guitar. And when they're tight, then the little floaty guys, like the lead guitar and the singer, the melody guys, they can kind of float around and, go outside the box a little bit. So that was really cool. So I did that for about 25 years, and that was really fun. But I had to walk away from it. Health, the Sandy storm. I would imagine that's about when I had to call it for a little bit. And I haven't played in, I guess, 5-6 years, and I'm so scared to put my fingertips on a guitar. I'm having anxiety. I'm so scared that, and friends know this. I'm telling them I got to get back. I need some kind of kick in the pants. And I'm wondering if you guys ever had a situation where you were good at something, maybe not amazing, but good. You loved it. You worked hard at it. Then you had time off, and then it was time to get back on the bike again. And for me, I'm a lot heavier. I was 306 pounds at 6 foot. That's obese. With heart, diabetes, thyroid, sleep apnea, because I'm fat face. I'm not the skinny runaround guy I used to be, where I could get up there and boogie and sweat. And then to find out, I got to change my lifestyle. I got to eat different, healthier, smaller portions, not eat late at night, which is important. Don't eat late at night. I know a lot of you probably know that, but don't eat late at night. It's not good. And walking was out of my repertoire, so I put a lot of walking in. And hence, after figuring all that out, I lost 30 pounds. So back to the music. Woo! It's scary. I know I can do it, but your fingertips build up this type of like woody steel tip where you don't feel the strings. And I played my guitar the other day, and I was like, oh my Lord, this is not good. I remember what this feels like. I remember perfectly that your fingers have to toughen up. That's why they tell you to learn acoustic guitar before electric, because it toughens your fingers up. I don't want to be like a baby about it, but it hurts. I forgot how bad it hurts. So it means I got to play, and I got to suffer through it. I'm having anxiety about it. But what do you guys think? Do you have anything that relates? Can you put it in the comments? I hope you can relate to me. Maybe give me some advice. Maybe tell me your story. Maybe you have a success story, and you can just tell me that you went through the same thing and here's how you beat it. But it's not a vanity thing. It's definitely, it was something I was really good at, and now I gotta work hard to get good at it again and get it back up here. So anyway, like, share, comment below, and hit the little bell. Ding dong. Make sure you get a notice. And thanks for hanging out with the Chit Chat, man. Big H is in the house, and glad to be friends.